Hello everyone and welcome back to Dark Souls 3 Hot Invasion action. Got a bit of a mix, bit of a grab bag of invasions for you across multiple soul levels. We're starting off here in the dungeon at soul level 60 with my +6 weapons guy. It's my dart build. And I run up on this party here and someone seems to be AFK. The host is two-handing a straight sword, so we can guess that these guys were cut-offers. Completely didn't notice that spear guy sitting in the corner there. They looked like both the summons were AFK, waiting for the host. And so, right, I don't want to fight in that tiny box room. It's not a good idea. You see, this guy's using a weapon that you never see, mostly for good reason. The Earthseeker Great Axe. Not a particularly good weapon, but it looks stylish as hell. I might end up using that on my Let's Play. So they chase me out here into this corridor, and he gets himself separated out, and he gets absolutely destroyed by the Dark Claymore because he doesn't watch his health. I don't think these guys were particularly gankers, more gonkers. They're really bad gonkers because they only ever fight me one at a time instead of rushing me en masse. You see the spear guy up there. He goes to the host comes down, and then when he realises I'm dangerous, he'll go and hide back up there to let Mr. Farron cast in your face guy. I have no idea what the fuck he's trying to cast and why he was trying to cast it right in my face. Oh god, I will tell you how much I hate the Farron fucking meme sword. It's such a bullshit weapon, and I hate the fact that they buffed it a while back to increase its damage. It's a 1v1 is not so bad, but when you're fighting a gank full of fucking meme sword users, absolute ball ache. So I'm able to space him out and get into some nice roll catches. It's the initial swirl that always gets me, and because I don't have enough poise or a poise enough weapon to break him out of it, it always ends up catching me. Fortunately, the third swing of that L1 is pretty much garbage, and you can either outspace it or parry it. So he gets stuck in this little room with me. Obviously, having that big sweepy sword probably benefits him more, but he's a meme sword user. He doesn't know how to use that weapon correctly, so he just spams L1 until he gets put in the ground for it. And now it's time to kill Spearbro, who's been diligently protecting his host. Oh wait, who didn't upgrade his shield. And then he just kind of stands there and gives up. So GG Spear guy, who knows what you were capable of. And this is where I make a colossal fuck up, and I don't heal up that damage. So I'm about 2/3 health here because I underestimate the host in this blue, and I get put in the blender for it. So I was pretty annoyed at myself for that, because that was an easily winnable situation. I was pretty pissed off. But you know, karma has a beautiful way of bringing you back in, and Dark Souls is nothing but beautiful karma sometimes. So I instantly invade them again because they got dried fingers running because he had 3 phantoms. But look, he hasn't resummoned them yet. They obviously weren't that interested to continue playing the game with him. But he's blue balling it with the Way of Blue, so obviously the police get called. But because this guy is pretty trash, he gets absolutely shat on. And I'm in no mood to play games. He's got the dried finger on. He was looking for that 3rd phantom, so he was looking to get invaded. Roll Souls 3, baby. And dead. And sorry, Mr. Blue, no Concord for you. Trying to decide an appropriate gesture, but I thought a nonchalant stare was more befitting for that. So GG guys, that was nice. Right, so after having some fun at soul level 60, I couldn't get a lot of multi-man invasions. It was a lot of solo hosts. I go back down to my Poisey soul level 30 guy, the guy I used to invade in the forest. I come across this party. This was excellent fucking fun. Big old brawl, 2 password summon phantoms. I don't think the host was twinking particularly. He didn't seem to have a lot of twink gear. But I invade with another guy who was fucking excellent. And when he appears, yeah, here we go, Apple, Dark Spirit Apple, he is the fucking tits. I love this guy. But obviously these, I don't know if these are gankers or gonkers, but they're getting shit on pretty hard by the Exile, which, you know, goes to show the quality of people who play this game at 8 o'clock in the morning. And another fucking Earthseeker axe. I was so pleased to see that. That's the great thing about invasions and fighting people that aren't, you know, super PvP meta, like, you know, people who duel, or even people who invade, really, is that you will always see people use, like Smo's hammer. Who the fuck uses Smo's hammer? You'll always see your opponents using very interesting weapons, you know, because they're building them so you look optimised, and they use what's fun, which I think there's something absolutely beautiful about PvE players in that way, is that they don't care about optimised stats, because they don't really have to, because they, you know, if they're playing together as a co-op group, the game is pretty easy. They don't have to care about optimising their stats and their weapons, so they use whatever they think is fun, which, you know, there's some beauty in that. And so we come to a little standoff, and here's my Dark Spirit Apple friend, and this Phantom does very, very good, you know, he does the Earthseeker weapon art at the entrance to sort of make us back off. And he's using Wrath of the fucking Gods! Soul level 13, he's got WoG. Make WoG great again, people. And he fucking shits on one of the password phantoms. And I give him an applause. I'm like, fucking hell, man. That is so great. Make WoG great again. WoG was so good in 1 and 2. And because they made the cast speed so low. So slow in 3. No one ever uses it. But this guy fucking brings it. Fucking Dark Spirit Apple is the shit. Right, so now Mr. Host is on his own. I think I heard a dry finger pop there, so he's desperately looking for summon signs. And now, without his 2 password summon friends, he is up shit creek. I tell you what, I've seen a lot of invaders using that hand axe. I might have to give that a go on some of my lower soul level quests. Look, WoG again! He catches me off guard there and does a shitboat load of damage. So GG guys, GG Apple, you are the fucking man. Keep using that spell. Right, so for this next invasion, this has got to be my favourite clip out of this entire collection. This was a good old-fashioned spanking of a parry spamming ganking asshole. This was so fucking satisfying to nail this guy, to put him down. He's there with his two white friends, and he's going to be rocking the Dragon Slayer axe. One of them is rocking the Dark Hand, and the other one is got a miracle build with a straight sword. And the host is a parry king, because of course he is. Every single one of them has to be a parry king. See him rocking the buckler there, and unfortunately he gets me a couple of times, but I learned my lesson quite quickly. So lucky enough for me, they haven't dealt with all the PvE, and these guys are an absolute fucking dick to deal with. One-on-one they're fine, these wooden stake wielding bros. Like you see, I was kicking myself. Fell for a fucking setup parry on a fucking parry shield. Well, I mean, what kind of moron was I? I was like, right, okay, obviously he understands parries, so let's not make that same mistake again. See, one of the Phantoms has already fucking died to the PvE, and like I said, these like spear dudes en masse are fucking vicious, and they will not relent, and they do fucking good damage. They are really, really good PvE backup if you can get them sort of all aggroed in a clump. Right, so yeah, so we've already dealt with, well, the PvE dealt with one of the Phantoms for us. So now it's Mr. Parry Spammer and friend. And he does go for some tricky shit here. He keeps trying to go for this plunge. He'll go up the cliff and he'll try and plunge me. See, learnt the lesson. No set of parries for you, sir. And, you know, you can't fight with unless there's 3 people, so he's called the police on me. Yes, cast that miracle there, right in front of me. That was a good idea, keep doing that. So this blue, this is one of those no vigor meta blues. I mean, I know they're OP as shit, these blues, when they've got, you know, base vigor. FromSoft should nerf the low vigor meta, it's pretty overpowered. But I managed to deal with this dude. What with him wearing worker garb and using a fucking stick with nails in it. Yes, go for that move. That was a good move. See, now the host has switched to the painting guarding curve sword, and it was that takes me off guard a little bit there as well. He managed to get me. He managed to get me with the parry a little bit later, and he tries to get the plunge on me there. I was like, what the fuck is this? Is this Dark Souls 2 now? We're using the fucking painting guardian sword to parry people now. So at this part of the invasion, this is sort of the only real part where I am not in control. I feel for most of this invasion I'm fully in control of the fight, but here they get me in a nasty stun lock with a Undead Hunter charm, and I'm sort of left on the back foot, and I have to make a hasty retreat. Fortunately, the host and his phantom friend don't give a fuck about the blue, and they don't want to back him up. They think he can deal with me alone. And of course, the blue is a parry spammer as well. That offhand Cestus trying to bomb bait me, but fucking asshole. I was I was seething with that. But fortunately, his repost did no damage because he's using the club, reinforced club, trying to fucking bomb bait me. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Right, Mr. Blue's dead. Now I've fully regained control of the situation. You see, he's just walking up to me, mashing parry, and he sort of a lot of these parry spammers. That's the kind of parries they'll go for. I mean, he did go for setup parries with the buckler, and when he saw that wasn't working, they call it like the walk up parry. So as soon as I walk up and they see that I'm moving towards them, they presume I'm going to be pressing R1 to attack, and that's when they're pressing parry. It's sort of like a prediction parry, really, but it just comes across as parry mashing. So that's what he's doing. So the key with fighting these kinds of people is just you walk up to them and you look like you're going to attack them, but then you do something else, like whether it's a charged R2 or circle around for the backstab and stuff. I mean, a really good parry spammer will be mixing it in with a lot of R1s from his main weapon, and he'll condition you into sort of not knowing what's going to be happening next. And at low levels, you fight a lot of those people, and they're really frustrating because there's no real safe way to. It almost seems like they're reaction parrying you, when in reality they know the space that you need to be able to attack them, and they will take advantage of that by mashing parry every 5 seconds. Sam, Jesus Christ. And see my invader friend is already fucking bitten it. I really hate invading with crap invaders. Please. All you're doing is giving the host more Estus. I mean, that's not fair. I don't know. I didn't see how the fight transpired. But given the quality of this fight, I can't imagine that the invader was all that good either. So I'm trying to circle around for backstabs here from these to sort out his parry mashing, but because his little friend is there, see R1 spam me out of it, I can't really go for it. Now we've got a purple bro, and I was like, hey, please be better than the last guy. I need someone to keep the white busy. Fortunately, this pink is pretty good. So he doesn't need my help. He's taking the white to task. So yeah, up in front of me. Good job. See, he's a ganker. He can't fight on his own, so he gets roll caught and he gets to point down. The cliff isn't going to stop me. I will point down on your corpse. So that was good. I really enjoyed putting that guy down. Fucking parry spamming ganking asshole. GG. No hard feelings. So we move back to the dungeon. I'm now with my sword level 70 +8 upgrade level guy. He's a sort of shit wizard with the Great Sword of Judgment. And this is another one of those beautiful karmic invasions where I get absolutely shit on in the first invasion, and then I make a triumphant comeback and absolutely tear shit up. So I'm trying to go for that snap freeze into soul spear, sort of semi-spell combo thing, where you obscure their vision with snap freeze and then you hit them with the soul spear. But unfortunately, because I'm not really optimised for spell casting, my spells don't do a whole lot of damage. So soul spear will do about 250 to 300 damage, which is a little bit embarrassing, but oh well. Oh, fucking champion's charge. I saw that, I was like, right, okay, he's probably going to spam that out, so let's go over to the parry shield. You know, not a bad choice. The thing with swapping to parrying tools and stuff, any player who's at least moderately switched on will know what you're looking for, and that's unless you're doing sword and board, or you know, a weapon combination where you're using it one-handed and you always have your shield out. That's the one thing. But if you go from two-handing your weapon to one-handing with a parry shield, then anyone who's switched on is going to know what you're up to, and they'll change their playstyle to counter that. So they put me in the fucking ground there, annoyingly, but I invade right back because I've got dried fingers on. And right, this time I mean fucking business. I'm going to parry that champion's charge, and you are going to fucking die. Oh dear God. So yeah, I wasn't. Obviously, I do swap to the parrying shield in this fight because I wasn't too worried about his PvP prowess, since he's one-handing that weapon and using the shield at one. Get two shot, Mr. Wizard. Yep. Parry shield. Go on, champion charge route. Oh, right out of neutral. Get shit on, kiddo. Oh, that was good. That was a sigh of relief. A little bit of karmic justice right there. So now it's just a case of chasing down Mr. Fat Roller. Get some sweet verticality there. Such a good this is such a good level to invade in. It's such interesting level design. There's some good enemies for backup. It's a fucking huge level. Like if you take in Profane Capital as well, it's a fucking huge area. I love it. Alright, GG. Karmic justice! Sweet karmic justice! Right, so this next invasion I kept in just for fun. It's just a 1v1 where I completely decimate the guy. I only keep it in here because I actually managed to get a kill with Soul Spear, which I thought was entirely amusing, given that it does absolutely shit for damage. Oh dear, I don't know, I'm thinking about changing that up for something, but then because I did originally have Great Soul Arrow on here, but then I sort of conditioned myself into using it like a crossbow, and I would spam it out a lot, and I wanted to move away from that, so I'm not sure what other sorcery I want to put in this slot, because I don't think Soul Spear is particularly cutting it, because it's sort of pretty mediocre damage. And it's really fucking slow as well, which is also a pain. Yay! I got a kill with it, finally! Oh, I was so pleased with myself. So GG. Right, so this one, Final Invasion. You know how everyone says the worst combination is, you know, a host with a quick weapon and then you got a caster in the back firing soul spears. I found a more annoying combination than that. Two casters, two almost dedicated caster builds. This was fucking diabolical. I was panicking for my life for most of this one. So you got spamming Great Soul Arrow, doing really good damage, and you got the other guy using Crystal Soul Spear, homing Crystal Soul Mass, and it's like you don't, because they're wizards, they're all rolly and they're very evasive. So whilst you're trying to chase down one of them, the other guy is, you know, spamming Crystal Soul Spear in your face. See, I'm already down 2 Esthers. Fucking look at that damage on the Crystal Soul Spear, man. Jesus. Already down to my fucking last Esthers. Get shit on. Put a greatsword on your wizard build, it'd be more fun than fucking pew-pewing all the enemies. So now he's on his own, all he can do is try and cast his spells as I fucking spam on him with the greatsword. Still love that straight sword, man. And then Saint Riot trademark verticality. Okay guys, that's all the invasions I've got for you this time. Be good to one another, and I will see you next time. See you later.